Bam, we're live. Good morning. I always get nervous with international guests regarding scheduling. I hope it's working good. There's always like an hour or two that I feel like we miss each other. Great guest today. Very interesting case out of Finland. Cat named Mika. I'll have him pronounce his last name. Got they wouldn't serve him in a cafe in Finland during COVID because he didn't have something called a COVID pass. I don't even know if we had that in the United States. I have so many questions for him. But I guess it was something implemented by the WHO. I don't even know how that shit works or worked. But here we are in 2026, and basically, this case, in his mind, and hopefully he's right, will set precedent for other people who want to go somewhere during the next fucking tyrannical medical tyranny that happens. This will set precedent that, hey, man, they can't force you to take an injection to go to a cafe. Sevi, you going to Waza? No. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I'm even going to watch Waza. I'm going to be at a jiu-jitsu tournament on Saturday. When does that start? Does that start on Thursday? Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Audrey. Judy, happy Monday. We have 3 shows for you today. We have the Dave Castro Weekend Review, and then we'll have a 26.2 show live this evening at 5 p.m. with all the experts. Wish that word hadn't been ruined. With all the super fans. I'll call them super fans. Is that better than experts? And that show should be interesting. The leaderboard should be shaking out. We should be getting a good look at who the 10 best CrossFitters are in the world, men and women, masters, adaptive, all that stuff, all the categories. Hopefully, Sean will have a ranking for us sometime after week 3, and we can see who the best in the world are from his eyes. That'll be a good debate show. Hey, when you see 2 check marks on WhatsApp, that means the person saw your message. Is that how that works? I don't really know how WhatsApp works. You send a message, and if it has 2 check marks, they saw it. That's what I always thought. I wonder if he's not on Chrome. You will need to be on Chrome or a phone. But what's weird is when I send this cat a WhatsApp, as soon as it gets there, it has 2 check marks. You can't read it that fast, can you? They saw it and read if it's blue. Oh, if it's blue? I don't see anything blue. Everything's green. If it's 2 check marks, it means it was delivered, not read. Oh, this dude's not coming. This dude's not coming. We got a time zone issue. That happens, man. Finland. What time is it? 4:07 p.m. in Finland. All right. You guys want to do a show, or you had 2 other shows today? I don't know if I've ever have I ever just bailed out of a show when no guest shows up? What do I normally do? Been a minute since that's happened. I forget what I do. Do I dance? I don't see my penis pump. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm significantly less sore than yesterday morning. Significantly. I thought maybe my traps would be sore. No, it's just all here. It's like in the where the bicep and the forearm connect on both arms, but significantly less sore. You do a 3-hour live call-in normally. I guess I could look up, I guess I can look up, COVID pass. As early of 2000 as early as of early 2026, COVID vaccination requirements have significantly eased compared to the height of the pandemic. What is the COVID? California had a digital vaccine record. What is the COVID pass? COVID pass? That was the whole issue with this guy. They wanted him to have a COVID pass in Finland. What is the COVID pass? And I didn't want to look any of this up because I wanted to hear it from his mouth. A COVID pass, often called the vaccine passport, vaccine certificate, green pass, or digital health pass, is a physical or digital document that provides verified proof of person of COVID-19. It was developed during the pandemic to show that a person has been vaccinated. Isn't that weird that you had to carry documentation around showing that you had taken some drugs? It's a trip, isn't it? What a trip. Vaccine passport, the controversy around it is that it was raised ethical, legal, and privacy concerns. Ethical. I don't think it's ethical concerns, just unethical. Most mandates for showing COVID pass have been lifted, although the technology and concept of verified health documentation remains as a public health tool. I wonder what. Let me type in what countries had COVID pass. What country had COVID pass? There was a really trippy thing about this dude's case that I really wanted to ask him about. Basically, he was suing and he lost, and then it went to a higher court, and I think he lost again, and then it went to the Finnish Supreme Court. And in my doing research of him, it said that if he loses in the Finnish Supreme Court, that he can then take it to the European courts. And I started tripping. Have European countries given away some of their rights to a European Union court? That would be wild. That would be absolutely wild. And of course, when you read about his case, you just see what a shit show is. They have all the corruption in Finland that we have in the United States, but maybe worse. Man, living in a socialist country, it sounds fucked. There were all sorts of details that he was mentioning that I hope he'll come on. I hope he's just struggling to get the link to work. Which country struggled with COVID? What countries had COVID passed? European Union, Singapore, China, South Korea, Australia, India. We had it in the United States, huh? Various provinces, states implemented vaccine mandate. Oh, but how about the COVID pass? The COVID pass is some specific one. It's always written as one word too, COVID pass, not as two words. Our shit in the US was like wonky, right? Like you could just print out a piece of paper, put like a check mark next to vaccine. I think my wife made me one of those. Do people still get the COVID vaccine? Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. It's free, dude. Why wouldn't you? What percentage of US has vaccine? Unless you came over the border illegally, then you weren't required to get it. As of mid 2023, 81% of the total US population had received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Wow. With 70% considered fully vaccinated. That's of 2023. Really? That many people got it? I didn't realize it was wow. That is amazing. As of early 2026, the uptake for the updated COVID-19 vaccine is much lower. According to the CDC data, as of February 22nd, 2026, Roughly 17.5% of adults and 8.8% of children have received the latest 2025-26 vaccine. There's people giving that shit to their kids. Someone gave their kids the fucking COVID vaccine? Oh, man. Oh, man. Pat, you wouldn't get your kid the COVID vaccine, would you? Like, if you had a kid, like, if you had a new kid, would you give your kid that? Would anyone in the chat do that? I wanna hear the logic for that. What's the logic so it doesn't kill grandma? I mean, we know your kid's not gonna die. Your kid has a significantly greater chance of being injured by taking the vaccine than not taking it. My kids don't get it. Yeah. That's crazy town banana pants to give it to kids. It's crazy town banana pants to get it, but if you're under 50 and you get it, you're fucking batshit crazy. If you're under 50 and you took it, maybe you took it out of fear or something, or I don't know, keep your job or so you could shop at Whole Foods. But if you're under 50 and you get it now, uh, I'd love to hear the logic for that. We don't get it, but it's also not the same vaccine as it was in 2020, not even close to the same. Oh, they've worked out the kinks? They've worked out the kinks? I worked at a preschool and parents had their kids vaxxed as soon as they could. Oh, man. Get in line. Let us test it out on your kids. Oh, uh, that's crazy. Sevi, thoughts on Andrew Jack placing first at the Arnold? Who's Andrew Jack? Andrew Jack. The only thing I saw about the Arnold. Oh, wow. This guy's head is crazy. Hey, all I think is DEI. That's all I think. As soon as I see that it's not a white guy, all I think is DEI. But he's pretty crazy looking. His head is crazy. The only thing I saw from the Arnold is I saw on the Rogue site that some chick deadlifted 701 or something with the elephant bar, 702. And what else did I see? Oh, and I saw Sam Sulik. He popped up in my like YouTube or something. Or I don't know if he was at the Arnold, but I saw him flexing somewhere. Can we stop saying the mRNA is a vax? Sorry. I don't know if are they still doing the mRNA thing? I was the only person on my college soccer team who didn't get it. I had to be tested 3 times a week during the season. What a shit show. A lady I worked with was getting breast milk from a relative who had the vax to give to her kids to get the benefits of the vax. Um, I saw the other day that there's a huge demand for people who don't have the COVID vaccine to donate blood. I was thinking, I wonder if that could be a side business for me. Sell some of my blood. I was reading that story to my wife last night. My kids are like, "Oh, we want to sell our blood." I'm like, "You don't weigh enough." I asked Taylor and Bryson if they're going to do it live, and they said no. I just text them back and said, "Why not? Why if they're going to do 26.2 again?" I want to watch. I'd love to see Taylor go again. $1,000 a pint. Um, can you sell unvaccinated blood? In the United States, you cannot commercially sell or buy whole blood for transfusion purposes, and there's no official system to specifically obtain or sell unvaccinated blood. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why you can't sell blood. What the unvaccinated donor blood requests present serious safety concern. Oh, interesting. Here we go. Patients think it's safer, but research suggests it's quite the opposite. Oh, this is going to be good. As a transfusion medicine physician, I've encountered increasing requests for blood from COVID-19 unvaccinated donors or directed donations based on personal beliefs. In one case, a patient refused transfusion from the standard donor pool, insisting on receiving only blood from unvaccinated individuals, and ultimately experienced severe complications during surgery. Oh, so that's the danger. We told the client with multiple consultants and clear explanations that vaccination status has no impact on blood safety. Oh, right. These encounters underscore the growing challenge of misinformation and the ethical tension between respecting autonomy and protecting patients from preventable harm. The safety of the blood supply in the United States and other high income countries relies on rigorous donor selection and laboratory based donor testing. The policies, processes, and practices have been refined over decades to ensure both optimal safety and sufficiency of the blood supply. The requests have increased since COVID-19 pandemic. These requests most commonly arise from patients or parents who want blood from unvaccinated donors. Who the fuck would want blood from someone who's gotten the vaccine? This article says nothing, by the way, about um, national utilization data show an 11% increase in direct donor transfusions from 2019 to 2021 in the United States. That is the most recent year. I don't know what that means, direct donor, where they just hook you up to someone else and you pump your blood into them. There are no reliable tests whether a donor has been vaccinated against COVID-19. Many people assume that the donations are inherently safer. Uh, I'm guessing that all those clotting issues that they're having with people who've gotten the vaccine can be transferred through blood donations. If you don't give your kids the measles vaccines, I get it, but you're also kind of dumb. In 10 or 15 years, measles is going to be a massive problem. Hey, it was never a massive problem. What are you talking about? It was never a massive problem. How's it going to be a massive problem again? Savon, did you see the 60 Minutes piece last night? No. What do I look like? I'm 50? What was it on? I know of someone that had to get surgery, had complications, and needed a transfusion, then had major complications from the transfusion because the blood was all fucked up. It was COVID blood. The microwave weapons Russia created. What do those do? God, that sounds scary. Ask the Mustache Twins how much the chat needs to raise for them to go live. That's a good question. Specific. Did I mangle that word earlier? Teresa, that was terrible. Tell me, what do the Russian microwave technology? They shoot electron beams capable of producing 10 gigawatts of power. They're designed for military applications, including radar systems. Um, do they kill you? They cause you to throw up? Havana syndrome. Experts have suggested that modern pulse microwave energy, similar to that studied by Russia, is a likely cause of Havana syndrome. Neurological symptoms reported by U.S. diplomats. The Moscow signal 1953 to 1976 involved the Soviet Union beaming low-level microwave at the U.S. Embassy which was likely used for surveillance or to activate passive listening devices. Hmm. Measles is not a problem if you aren't nourished. Yeah. Most things aren't a problem if you're not malnourished. It's bad if you're malnourished. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Pat. Don't promote that shit. It's bad. It's unhealthy for you. The Russians attacked CIA agents and their families. Biden admin swept it under the rug. Brave AI is offering regime slop on blood clot diagnosis. It's happy to say COVID itself caused a significant jump, giving numbers and percentages, but just say the mRNA induced blood clotting is rare. Jeez. The measles disinformation is shocking yet also embarrassing, dude. Do you see what you're doing? You're talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself. Go back and watch a Brady Bunch episode, dude. Pat, do you know that there's not a single reported case of a child who had the measles getting the measles again ever in the history of the world? It's never happened. No one's ever gotten the measles twice. Do you know how many people have gotten the vaccine, the measles vaccine or whatever they're injecting into you and then get the measles again? You understand that most of these vaccines, or at least a lot of these vaccines, the reason why these diseases are still around because they're giving these kids these vaccines and their immune system is shedding and then causing the spread of the disease to people who aren't vaccinated and who are vaccinated. That's what's happening. That's what's happening with polio. You got chicken pox twice? I don't believe it. Really? Oh, let's see. Let's see what's going on. I got a text from Mika. Oh boy. We had a time change in the States. Very sorry for miscommunication. Can we reschedule? I've already started the show. I would still love to have you on soon. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, great. See you in 5 minutes. Oh, he seems cool as shit. All right, so he'll still come on. Okay, great. Pat, just out of curiosity, do you think that people shouldn't be do you think that it should be required to get all the vaccines for our kids to go to school? Did we have a time change? I told him we had a time change. Maybe I made that up. Did we have a time change? When is the time change? Did that happen? Uh Time change in USA. Oh, March 8th. Oh shit, it happened yesterday. Huh. I didn't even know. No wonder I got up at 5:40 this morning. Okay. Thanks for telling me. Saturday night. Yeah, great. Thanks for telling me. Yes, it was yesterday. Yesterday. No, I don't agree with any maxipad, vaxipad mRNA mandates. Well, cool. We agree. Let people do what they want. This guy is a great story. It's a David and Goliath story. It's the little guy going up against the Finnish government. He also introduced himself as a Finnish entrepreneur. I don't know how you can be an entrepreneur in a socialist country. Everything's against you. Are any of you guys using AI at your jobs? Have any of you guys lost your jobs because of AI? I was talking to a guy yesterday who's a top recruiter for a huge company, a $20 billion company. He's got a huge team. He said people are losing their jobs everywhere. Three times. You've lost your job three times because of AI. Yeah. He said, dude, it is so wild. Fergie, I use it hourly. Uh, AI is my fear. A software developer. Yeah, I think coding's done. Remember 10 years ago when they were like, if you're going to be part of the future, you have to teach your kids coding. Using it as we speak. Everyone thinks they're a photographer now. Yeah, I mean, shit, it's wild. It is. It is. Perplexity just announced this new. I guess you would call it an AI engine. They call it computer. And I was watching a video on it yesterday. I don't know how anyone. I don't know how anyone who has a job where you just push paper around is going to keep their job. This thing can do. This thing can do everything and anything. I asked the guy. I said the guy who works at Perplexity. I said, hey, let me just see if I understand what this thing can do. You're telling me that I can download this AI or go to this website and be like, "Hey, I want to build a website that sells used Corvettes. Can you find every used Corvette that's for sale in the United States and put it all into one website so that people who want to buy used Corvettes will come to it?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem." And I said, "And publish it and update it hourly?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "How long would it take me to set up that website?" He goes, "5 minutes." He goes, "You're not thinking big enough." I'm like, "Holy shit." Ho okay, well, I mean, what AI should just be doing all our taxes too, right? Finding all the loopholes, and are all the people who do our taxes, are they toast? Lawyers will get crushed. I heard I don't know, whole design teams, I guess, are getting wiped out. You don't need designers anymore. I reported on that story the other day that showed that, IBM had their stock dropped 13% in one day. It was, like, the most it had dropped since, like, I don't know, 1950, because one of the AI engines said it could program in the IBM language in COBOL with perfect accuracy, perfect fidelity. There's something like 5 million programmers in the United States. One thing I love about this podcast is that it actually lets people talk and explain their perspective fully. Even when you disagree, you walk away thinking respect. Oh, that's good. Who's going to pay taxes? I know. I was thinking about that. Who pays taxes? I was thinking about that too, though. What's going to happen to the revenue for the United States as all these people start losing their jobs? Sevon, when are we going to get Josh back on for a fun couple hours? Josh Bridges. I've invited Josh Bridges so many times on. and he responds, and then he just won't let us schedule him. If it's are you talking about Josh Bridges before I get into that? I had AI write that comment. Oh, great. I used AI to build 93 websites for my fence business. I built a website for each city and town and that we service around us. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. And then I asked the guy, I said, "Hey, if I have a Stripe account, that's like a service that allows, regular folks to accept credit card." And I said, "If I have a Stripe account, could I attach my Stripe account to my used Corvette website?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "How long would that take?" He goes, 5 seconds. He says, "If you give AI all your passwords, it'll do everything for you." Mika.
Hello,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm great. I'm so good. I'm really sorry about the time issue. I didn't even know either. I was wondering why I woke up so early this morning. I guess our time changed on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I think here it's later on. It's I was checking on ChatGPT and it was saying 7 a.m. there is 5 p.m. here, but then when I went to Google just 2 minutes ago, it was saying you already are like 7:30. So I'm sorry.
Oh, good. That's because I'm always bad mouthing Chat GPT. Good. I'm glad. That's a good. That's good. It can't even get the time straight.
Yeah, it's really. What is the link I can share on my X and otherwise about this?
Oh, okay. Let me see. I will get you that right now. Go to Sevon Podcast YouTube, and I'll go there. Hit the live, and give me 1 second. I'll send that over to you.
By the way, can I have like a background picture here?
Yes. Yes. You mean just like basically what's this podcast about and who am I? Is that what you mean?
Just about one painting, but it's okay. It's okay this way. It's okay. It's good.
Just about what? I'm sorry.
A painting. A painting.
A painting.
Yeah, it's a painting wallpaper. Yeah, it's the same that I have on X or Facebook. But yeah, no problem if it's not possible. So no problem.
Okay, I didn't even understand if I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I didn't even understand what you were asking for. A backdrop. Oh, you want to use a backdrop, or you want me to give you a backdrop?
No. Background picture, wallpaper.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't think.
Oh, okay. It's good.
You popped on my radar. I'm here in California, and I know it's 6 years since the incident, but we had this thing pass through here called COVID, and very quickly I saw that it was very rare if you died, but pretty much the only people who were dying pretty much is if you had 4 more comorbidities. And I was thinking to myself, well, I'm not going to eat sugar or drink alcohol, and I'm going to work out every day, so I'm good to go. I'm fine. And then I saw, coming out of Stanford, we had Jay Bhattacharya and John Ioannidis, and they were saying this thing had been around since 2018 or 19. So pretty much, if you probably got it already if you're in California, and so your immune system is good to go. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not fucking with that. And none of my kids, and no one is. I'm not like, I'm good, I'm not. And but it swept over this country like crazy. I was just looking, and they were saying 70% of the people in the United States got this government mandated drug, which is in the United States, which is wild to me. And we had all the issues here too, where like we would go to stores and they were telling us to wear masks. And that was another thing, I didn't want to put anything over my mouth, because how you kill human beings is you cover their nose and their mouth, right? Like if you're fighting someone, you put your hand on there. So I was like, I'm not going to cover my mouth, and I'm not going to cover my kid's mouth, for sure. And so I just watched this thing unfold all around me, and I watched people go crazy. And now here we are 6 years later, and your story pops up. And I just thought it was amazing. I would just love to hear all the details about it. And of course, I think you speak on a lot of subjects. So I have some other questions too for you about what it's like being part of the European Union. Have the Muslims come to Finland? I'm like so curious because I'm seeing, and then like one of the red flags I saw was is that your case might go to the European Supreme Council. I'm like, who the fuck are those guys to tell Finland what to do? Like, why do you have to go to them? So so I'd love to hear your story in as much detail as you want from the beginning. Oh, and then you said you were an entrepreneur, and I'm like, how do you be an entrepreneur in a socialist country? So I'd just like to hear all um your whole story from the beginning of COVID.
Oh yeah, so hello everybody. Mika is my name, Mika. You right, and I'm here in Helsinki, Finland. It's pretty north if you look to the map. It's like a north of Canada level, high up. And here we many times think if you are in New York in USA, we think it's north, but it's actually New York is at the level of Rome if you really look on the map. So now we are way more high up here, and it's getting spring here a little bit. But the COVID, so yeah, it started as we know. Yeah, there we go, and Helsinki is there south of Finland.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah, New
pretty.
York is very north of you. Wow, yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, it's at the level of Rome.
Wow.
It's like a Spain, sort of.
Okay, and you're down here,
I'm
Helsinki. I've
here.
been
I'm right there. I'm
yeah.
in the middle of there. Yes.
And then this just to put it in context, this big massive land to the right of you is Russia.
It's a Russia. Yeah.
Tough neighbors.
Yeah. Moscow is yeah southeast, few hundred kilometers. Saint Petersburg is maybe 3.5 hours from here. As
Wow.
you see, the second biggest city of Russia is not so far.
Okay, and you got wow, you're actually butted up against Russia. I always forget that.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's right. It's a like a 1,000 mile, 800 mile border. It's a long border. Yeah.
Hey, what is this up here? Just really quick, Mika. This part that's
It's
north of
Norway. It's Norway.
oh wow. Okay.
So Sweden is in the middle, Norway is on the left, but Norway is also in the north. And Norway also have a border with Russia on the right there. They have a border as well.
Okay.
A
All
lot
right.
of like I think Russian nuclear are a lot of their the east of the middle of Finland. There is this peninsula. What do you call? So there is a lot of I think Russian like nuclear basements on the right. Yeah, somewhere there or more to the right. So I think somewhere there is a lot of them.
Okay.
They have 6,000 nukes. So it's quite a lot.
Yeah, and now I see why from this map you can see why Greenland is so valuable.
Yeah, Greenland. Some say I may be wrong, but some say that on these maps that are seen on the online,
Yeah.
it gives a bigger picture of Greenland than it actually is. But I'm not quite sure. I may
Okay.
be wrong, but some say that. So you can check it out.
All right.
But it's big anyways. It's big anyways.
Okay, so Helsinki's your home. Beautiful, clean city. It's a lot of smart people. It's a very successful town.
Well, yeah, it's a easy city to live in. It's very handy all the things going on in the practical terms. But at the same time, Finland is very much sold out to these EU and WEF and WHO and NATO and everything. So they are really deep in the Finnish leadership is very deep into everything.
Worse
What's
than
going on?
Canada. Worse than the World Economic Forum has their teeth in Finland, like Canada.
Yeah, they are all connected there. Everybody. Our president is very sold out, completely sold out.
Oh boy, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow.
Yeah, everybody there, almost everybody. But yeah, with COVID, so as it came, something. I was living in Southwest Finland at the time, but as it started, something in my gut, something in my inner man said that something is very wrong here. Something is not right. Like right from the beginning, I was smelling it in the air. And I remember driving the car in the middle of on the city in the southwest, and all the cafes, everything closed. And this was before the vaccine came. This was before there came the vaccine pass. and I managed to go to Portugal. I drove all the Europe, down to Portugal for 2 months in 2020. I was there September, October, doing my business from there, like remote. Then I went to France, Nice, France. It's in by the Riviera for 2 months, November, December. The day I went to France, there started this curfew lockdown. The very day in the beginning of November 2020, everything was closed. I remember I went to this hotel. It was not Lyon. It was some other really Toulouse, like a big city in France. There was only me and two other people at the hotel in the center of these 2 million people, and we couldn't even have the breakfast downstairs. They were bringing it to the upstairs, the room, and it was crazy, and everything was empty. And then in Nice, you couldn't go, cafe. You couldn't work out. I had to work out outside, and everything was pretty. You couldn't even play tennis outside. You couldn't go to ski in the Alps. You couldn't do anything. And yeah, my 40th birthday was then 13th of Friday, actually, 2020, and we went to Monaco. Monaco was open. It's half an hour from there, Nice. So we were able to have a restaurant and dinner and a little party there.
Did Monaco never close?
I think they did. They
Oh,
had the vaccine pass, but that time the vaccine hadn't come yet. It was
okay.
just about to come and all these things. But yeah, it was open though that time, at least to some degree. Yeah, and then I remember I was on my way back to Finland at the turn of 2020, 2021. I drove my car, Italy, Switzerland, Austria, Germany,
By
and
yourself,
then
or were you with your family?
by myself. I'm not married yet, so I don't have
Okay.
kids.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm free man that time and even now. But so I drove up to city of Ulm in Germany. This was crazy. I went to the hotel. I had been driving 10 hours from France, and then the man at the reception said, "Hey, you need to have a PCR test, or we cannot let you in." It was completely empty, the hotel. He said that we cannot let you in because it will be a 10,000 fine if the police finds you here. That they will fine us 10,000 euro that you are here without PCR test. I said, sorry, I cannot do this kind of thing. That this is stupidity. This is total idiocy. And then I called my friends, and I was able to go to some German family for a night. But yeah, so around the time Donald Trump made this famous speech saying that, okay, we're gonna launch this warp speed, Operation Warp Speed.
Who made that? Who made that speech?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So he was saying that we're gonna have the vaccine rollout coming like a really fast style. And I remember that moment when I saw it, my instinct just said, this is gonna cause a lot of problems, and this is gonna likely happen so that people who don't take the vaccine, they will be discriminated and cast out.
Oh, you thought that already?
Already right then. And I was like, in many things I have been supporting Trump. I was, of course, pro-Trump versus Hillary, or pro-Trump versus Joe Biden. No doubt about that. But something said this is gonna go in a lot of problem, and unfortunately that came to pass. And in Finland, I was writing the politicians and many other ones because they were saying that the vaccine is coming, and I was like, hey, can you guarantee that we who don't take it, that our rights are protected? And they were silent. I knew something is going on. And then they roll it out in all the Europe, basically, the whole COVID pass thing. I don't know if you had the similar in the US, but
I don't know if we had that. Could you explain to me what the COVID pass was? I mean, everyone that I know had just fake documents. Like everyone was just paying doctors for fake documents and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was you could have it on a paper or on your phone. So you download this app, and it shows if you have 2 doses of vaccine, you are green. You are good
2
to go.
doses.
2 doses, yeah. Yeah. You couldn't have it green just with one. You need to have 2. Or you had COVID 6 months prior. Or you had a PCR test, which was in Finland like 100, 200 euro per 3 days, just a test.
Wow.
So I was cast out from, I think, from 10 different places: nightclub, bar, cafe,
All in
swimming hall.
Finland?
I
All
don't
in
remember.
Finland?
Finland, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then December 10th, 21, I was going to breakfast with my friend, and we were looking for the place we could go.
Were
And
people wearing masks too? Was everyone in Finland wearing masks, Mika?
not everyone. No.
Oh,
So the mask was not part of COVID pass,
okay.
but many people were having masks. And when I was walking without mask out there, sometimes the taxi driver was shouting, "I cannot take you in."
Okay. Yeah. I mean, masks were huge here in California. Huge.
Yeah. I hate it. It's like a way to say to people, "You don't have voice. Like, shut up."
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to have a breakfast at Fatser Cafe. It's Fezer. Phaser, you pronounce it maybe in English, but Fatser, you pronounce it in Finnish. Sounds like Pfizer, but not Pfizer.
Is it a chain?
Yeah, it's a big company. They have a revenue. The brand has a revenue of 1.5 billion euro per year, so close to $2 billion a year revenue. It's a big
Okay.
candy company, cafe, catering, like
Largest
that.
corporations in Finnish food industry. The company was founded by Carl Fazer in 1891. Okay, so this place it's a massive chain. It employs 6,000 people. They have locations in Finland, Sweden, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Denmark, Norway, Poland. Okay, this place is massive. They export to more than 40 countries. Okay.
Yeah, it's big. It's really big. And so I was able to get there a couple of meters in, and then there came a waiter who was receiving people and asking for the COVID pass. I said, I don't have it, and my friend didn't have it. And I was trying to negotiate. Then I said, can you call the manager? Then the manager came, and we were exchanging thoughts. And I said, I should be allowed to come here. This is not all right. But then he said, I just ask you to leave. She was almost crying, like really sad, when she was saying that, okay, I ask you to leave. And then I said, can I have your card? That I'm not going to leave it here. And then she gave me my card, and then we started the process to get the government of Finland and also face her with the court. And now it's been going almost like a 24 years now. It's been going on, the whole thing. And now all the courts, district court, the court of appeal, the Supreme Court, everybody has been ruling that it was okay what happened. I was fully healthy like now. I have nothing, no sickness, no medication, nothing. I just didn't have the COVID pass. And I was just a 3 meter, few inches, so to say, from the cashier to get the coffee and croissant. And
Did you know when you went there this problem was going to happen?
Yeah, I saw on the front of the cafe that there was this, we are asking this pass. But I managed to go to some places in Finland while there was this pass requirement. I just went in and I managed to somehow smuggle in. So I was trying this same thing, and then this came here. But yeah, I saw the sign.
Did you know ahead of time before you went in that if they didn't let you in that you were going to take this to court?
Well, I think this was maybe third place this morning. I was already kicked out. We went first to the swimming hall, then we tried another place, and then this was the third place, and we got into the fourth place. There we got in. So, but yeah, I had this thought in my mind that can I do something for freedom? Can I do something legal? I don't want to take guns and go killing people or do any harm to people. Can I do something? And then I started to figure out how can I get justice. And now in 2 days or 3 days at least, we're going to file this case to the European Court of Human Rights, my lawyer from France. And this court is in Strasbourg in France. So it's above the Finnish courts. It's above the Finnish Supreme Court. And I'm the plaintiff, and the Finnish government is the one which is sued. And yeah, so this is a crazy story, man. Crazy story.
So tell me, so when you first sue them, You sue this company and Phaser, and is it for damages when it goes to the local court? What is the actual case? What are you actually stating? And then how did they? And does Finland have a constitution that protects your rights?
Yeah, constitution is on my side, but
Oh,
they don't obey the constitution. So far, the court. So I want to be clear here. So I sued the government of Finland and Phaser both at the same time.
okay.
And this Phaser, the cafe, is like the minor evil here in this story because government was giving this pass, for them to use. But Phaser broke this COVID pass law itself. They admitted in the court that we have broken this law. The manager, they should have had this kind of blanket paper telling certain things about the COVID, blah blah blah. Totally unneeded, totally stupid. But that okay, we are taking this measure, whatever. But so they didn't have it. They admitted in the court. But anyhow, now the courts have ordered me to pay that I should pay 110,000 euro, which is like $130,000, to the Social Ministry of and Health for their legal fees, and 20,000 euro, like $23,000, to this Phaser Cafe legal fees. So they want me to pay like an unbelievable amount of money, and yeah, this is this is like how you face the modern day fascism and communism at the same time. I call this COVID pass. This is a combination of fascism and combination of communism. This is extreme left and extreme right in the wrong sense at the same time, both.
And when you describe it as fascism and communism, you mean because it's taking away the rights of individuals and giving them to groups? Is that the component
Yeah,
you're
yeah. So
referencing?
yeah, so the communism part, I call it this way, that communism is for the common good, that you have to take this shot for the grandmama,
Uh-huh.
and it's made with the common money. So that's part of the communism. And then this fascism is that government gives these unjust laws, passes them, and gives the power to the private companies, big or small, then to do this thing that where they blackmail you if you don't take the medication or testing, and like
They coerce you. They
unholy
coerce you.
alliance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, unholy alliance. Right, right.
yeah. So it's a combination of both. It's a really really bad, and it's all the Hanna Nohunek, who is the chairman of SAGE. It's a group on immunization and immunization under WHO. Like she's like a kind of vaccine figure under the WHO. She's also chief physician of Finland's so-called CDC. So she admitted to the court this COVID pass was at least technically a pilot of EU, because they have this wish to have like a vaccine pass coming on. Yeah, she's a chairwoman of that, Hanna Nohunek, as you can see, maybe the name.
By the way, your English is amazing. Thank you for doing such a good job. That's a mouthful. Immunization. I want to go back to when you sued them. Can you distill it down to what you were saying that had it so you were abiding by the Constitution, and what they said that made it so that the government and these private businesses didn't have to follow the Constitution? What were the two? What was the argument that you had, and what did they say to push back and win?
Well, on the casecovidpass.com website, there is plenty of documents in English and many other languages of the filings. So the initial filing and the Supreme Court filing, so there is a lot of things right there. If you go, let me see.
Is this it here? Is this the website?
casecovidpass.com, and then if you scroll down, there is a place called Supreme Court Appeal. Let me see as well. Un momento.
I did see that you have Asim Malhotra in your corner. He's been on the show. He's absolutely fantastic. What a tragic story that he had to lose his dad.
He's on my team. Yeah, we're in touch all the time. Let me see.
What in your constitution, can you sum it up simply for us? That what you were saying, what you guys were saying versus what the courts were saying, what the government was saying?
Yeah. So the government was saying this way that, uh, let me try to sum it up in an easy way for the audience and to you. So government was saying in the court, where Asim Malhotra was as well, that they have the responsibility to protect the people's right to life and health.
Okay.
Okay. And then this COVID passed because they were claiming it was helping to stop the virus or COVID spreading. So we were protecting the right to life and health. Okay. On my side, on my story, I was telling that, and my attorney, we showed it with many examples, even this Hanna Nohunek in the court, and Asko Järvinen, who is the chief, like a virus doctor in Helsinki University Hospital, like a public figure here. So they were both in the court, and they admitted that they knew before this COVID pass came that people still transmit COVID to other people. My lawyer asked in the court from them, a vaccinated person, COVID vaccinated person, comes into the room which is full of other vaccinated people. Can they transmit COVID between each other? And both, even this SAGE, Hanna Nohunek said yes. And they knew this before the COVID pass came. They admitted this in the court, okay? Then on the other hand, I told a story of a Helsinki man that I met now last time, a few days ago. He got Pfizer vaccine in April 21, few months before the COVID pass came. My friend Mika, who is also Mika, sent me this text in April 21 that he got blind in his left eye few hours after the shot.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now that I met him now a couple of days ago, and I got his papers, because now they are part of my story to the European Court of Human Rights. His eye is still blind. He is still not back in the workforce. And he has got a compensation from medical injury company, like which is covering these kind of medical things. So I was telling part of my story in the court that I knew that this vaccine can do harm, and because I'm a healthy man, I don't want to take that risk. And then I also told I'm in insurance business, insurance like life insurance, health insurance, all kind of this. And I've been in insurance business now since 2012, so many years. So I'm talking with my clients every week, every day, even today, before the podcast, about the downsides of life. Okay, if you get a cancer, if you get a stroke, if you get you cannot work for 6 months or one year, blah blah blah. So how you gonna make it? And in Finland, I don't know exactly how it is in USA, but in Finland it's so that if you want to have this private insurance on you, on your health, you have to give to the insurance company information about your health conditions right now,
Right.
and 5 years before, many times.
Okay.
So if I told in the court, if I take a vaccine and I get a stroke, which can happen, I know one friend of mine who got a stroke after the vaccine.
I
And
know I know many people who've had strokes
Yes.
and heart conditions, many, dozens, close friends, young, all men, no women, all men.
Yes. So now if I have a stroke and I want to update my insurance coverage, I will not get it. Or if I want to have a new insurance, because there are many of them, available. If I have a
Uh-oh.
stroke.
Yep.
So that was just one thing. And then I told in the court as well, I'm a Christian, like an evangelical Christian, how you call. So I told that, to my understanding, my body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, God's temple, like in the New Testament. So because I knew it can do harm, and I know Jesus can heal, so why would my God ask me to take a vaccine that can make me sick. And then at the same time, I'm reading the Bible that, hey, he's healing people. So this contradicts my inner values, my inner thoughts, my inner faith. Everybody has their own faith. I have atheist friends, agnostics, all kind of people have different faiths around the world, in California, Finland. But this is my story. And I was telling this in the court, that this is violating my core value. And my lawyer in Finland, in the Finnish courts, he's a public atheist. And initially I told him that I would love to have this story of my faith to the district court in the first filings around there. But he said, let's keep it scientific, whatever. He didn't want to add it there. But when we had the actual hearing in the district court, he called me up and said, hey, no, let's add it here, and so on. So it's been there ever since. And now it's part of the complaint to the European Court of Human Rights. My story of my faith, that I don't think my God would require me or anyone else to take a vaccine to be able to get a breakfast, to live a life, which can do harm. And they know it causes harm. In Finland, they know it. And I know a woman here, it's a public story. Her name is Helena, and she's also on X. And I got to know her maybe 2 years ago. And I saw her last time 1 week ago at the event we had in Helsinki. He had a son of my age, and he died after AstraZeneca. Officially confirmed that it was a vaccine caused killing. So got some
sad.
thrombosis. I don't know what is that, the English word, but something went in the blood, went wrong, and he died. So all these kind of things that you cannot coerce people to take these medications and require them to work and live and travel and all that kind of things. And the risk is here, the challenge is here, that in the WHO, they made last year these kind of amendments to these human rights things and the medication stuff. It went through in Finland and in many countries. I think USA stayed out of that.
And only because of Trump did we stay out of it. We YouTube was following WHO guidelines, by the way. This show got kicked off the air for a week, because we said that diet and nutrition and fitness were the best way to fight all diseases, and they said that didn't follow WHO guidelines, and so we were kicked off for a week. YouTube has since stopped following WHO guidelines, but I'm sure they would go back to it in a second if Daddy told them to.
Yeah. They have tons of money to fight back, and they don't. Even this Pfizer, this cafe, they are one of the richest families in Finland who are the major stakeholders there. They have hundreds of millions of money and wealth, or I don't know how much, but a lot. So they don't have a spine to say, hey, no, thank you. And government, we fight you in the court and we defend the freedom. I wonder, what's going on? Where is the spine nowadays? How is the grandfather of this company, Carl Pfizer, who founded this cafe, what is he thinking in his grave? Okay. I'm sure he's turning around, spinning around.
Let me read to you what Google says. This is pretty funny. I said, does Pfizer vaccine cause blindness? Listen to what Google says. There's no evidence that the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine causes blindness. However, on rare occasion between the vaccine and a variety of serious potential vision-threatening ocular complications, including conditions that could lead to severe vision loss. So on one hand, it says no, there's no evidence, and then right the next sentence it says, yes, it can. It's like,
wait a second. I take a paper. I take a paper here.
Okay, please take a paper.
Okay, so I will read this to you in English.
Okay, thank you.
And just go ahead. I will have it here.
So just out of curiosity, really quick, how many courts? So you did the first local court, then did you do like a one level up, and then the Supreme Court? Have you done three cases, 3 courts in Finland?
Yeah, district, appeal, and supreme. So the appeal didn't want to take the case in, and the Supreme didn't want to take the case in. And I have interesting news about what happened in the courts in a little
Okay,
while.
take your time. Yeah, take your time. So the two courts didn't take it. Supreme Court wouldn't hear it in Finland?
Yeah, no, they didn't want to hear.
Amazing. Wow.
And the filing we made to the Supreme Court, I have posted it many times online to people following that. Find a mistake, find an error from the paper. I haven't heard a single one coming to tell me what's wrong. It's made really carefully.
Has the European court accepted it?
We are filing it this week.
Okay.
And I tell you a little more about that in a moment.
Okay.
Wait a second. I just translate one text here.
Yep. Take your time. Take your time. I appreciate you.
Where in California you are?
I'm in Santa Cruz. It's about 90 miles south of San Francisco and about 300 miles north of Los Angeles. It's a small little town, just trapped on the coast.
Yeah, I've been to California a couple of times. I like the place. My favorite spot is in Orange County.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people's favorite spot.
It's the sun shines and you feel like you are in the end of the world, when you go to the beach in Laguna Beach or something.
Yeah, Laguna Beach is beautiful.
Yeah, I think you have many beaches there as well.
Yeah, Santa Cruz it's a total beach town. Yesterday I was at the beach all day. Hopefully today I'll go again. I don't see the sun yet though.
I saw you doing CrossFit.
Yeah, that's primarily, so this station was primarily a CrossFit show. And then people were getting frustrated with all the COVID talk I would do and the politics talk I would do. So we split the channel in two, and now I have a separate CrossFit channel.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I was doing CrossFit many times. I do sports a lot all the time, but I'm not in the CrossFit specifically anymore. But yeah, I was going a lot into that. It's really good.
I heard you mention that when you were in Germany, one of the first things you do is you were passing through, you said you had to work out outside. So I figured, this guy's fitness and health is very important.
In France. It was raining and I had to buy like a dumbbells and a mattress and working out in the middle of Nice. It was crazy.
While it rained on you.
Yeah, it was raining at times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So here is from the medical insurance company, a statement that this man who got his left eye blind after Pfizer. So here it is. I read it. It's a short one, just 3 lines.
Please. Yep, please.
Based on the documentation and the applicable pharmaceutical injury compensation terms, we consider that the nausea, forehead flushing, vision loss, and central retinal artery occlusion in your left eye that you experienced constitute a compensable personal injury caused by the use of the Comirnaty vaccine, which was
retinal occlusion, meaning he had a blood clot.
This is what it says here. Yeah, something like this. Yes.
Yeah. So it's always a clot, retinal occlusion. So he had blood supply cut off to his eye, and he lost his vision.
Yeah, and it's still blind. 5 years now.
Oh my goodness! How scary is that?
Yeah. It's yeah.
And and the insurance company did say it was from the vaccine.
Yeah, this is from the medical insurance company's paper. The statement. It's from their paper.
Oh my goodness.
And there's many other papers of the from the doctors and so on. But the stories are the many, and the challenge is here. If there comes the next pandemic, scandemic, or the real pandemic, natural, all made up, whatever, these certain elites in the world, they have been getting ready last year and year before that to roll this COVID pass again. And I don't know if you know this, but 2 years ago, I think it was July 2024. I remember I was in France and I went to Monaco for a coffee. I was reading my phone, and EU and this or was it the WHO or EU? They made a deal. Sorry, WHO made a deal with EU, I think so, about this COVID pass application. That next time it can be used worldwide. You can look. Just go to Google COVID pass EU WHO application. So they are ready to use this app again. They made a collaboration deal after the COVID 2 years ago.
In June of 2023, WHO will take up the European Union system of digital COVID-19 verification to establish a global system that will help facilitate global mobility and protect citizens across the world from ongoing future health threats. Wow. So it's like the WHO is running Europe.
Yeah, and it's almost, I think every nation in the world is part of that agreement there. They are ready to put it worldwide.
Wow.
And that's public. That's on the EU website. That's on a WHO website. So they are like ready. And then they say, hey, now people are getting to hospital again, whatever. Just take the vaccine. We've been here before. We know how to roll it up and keep everything open. Everybody download the health pass, vaccine pass, take a vaccine, take a 2, take a 3, and you are good to go. And the exact same things gonna happen if they do this again. People are gonna be injured, hurt, likely killed, and it may not even stop any transmission, whatever the next.
Of course, it will not stop transmission. Listen, this is the line from their website, WHO. This partnership is an important step for the digital action plan of the European Union global health strategy by using European best practices. As soon as I see best practices, I'm terrified. We contribute to digital health standards and interoperability globally to the benefit of those who are most in need. And once again, those who are most in need, who the fuck is that? It is also a powerful example of how alignment between European Union and WHO can better deliver better health for all. Oh yeah, that's what they're interested in, better health. This is crazy. What did the Finnish Supreme Court? Why do they give you a reason why they declined to hear your case? They don't give you a reason.
No any reason. And this is interesting. Helsinki, we have in New York, you have this Nasdaq stock exchange.
Yep.
Okay, in Helsinki, it's a Helsinki Nasdaq stock exchange, and there is this committee who is overseeing all the trades that they go right, all the stock trades. And the chairman of this committee is Ari Kantor, and he's also a Supreme Court justice. And he was appointed as one of the 2 justices to rule on my case. And his signature in the systems is invalid. And a lawyer from the Supreme Court has admitted this in his findings, and we have been finding that out as well. So the metadata shows that his signature is invalid, and this document has been somehow altered later on. We've been trying to figure it out from different Finnish offices here, the thing, and now it's also mentioned there in the complaint going to the European Court of Human Rights. So it's quite interesting. Like, is it a mistake or was it made with a purpose? I don't know, but it's there, and they have admitted, even the Supreme Court lawyer.
Mika, I apologize. What you just said, I also saw on your Instagram, and I also saw in another interview, and I'm still not able to comprehend exactly what the point is here. But let me go back a second. So the guy who sits on the Finnish Supreme Court also, let's start back here, also has a relationship with the stock trading in the Finland NASDAQ.
Yes.
Why is that? Explain to me first before we go to the signature thing. Why is that relevant?
Well, I just wanted to highlight that it's a very prominent person in Finland who has been ruling my case in the Supreme Court.
Okay, and it is a little weird that we know stocks are manipulated and that insider trading and all of that stuff. So it is a little weird that a guy sits in both of those positions. Now, what was the signature for? You mean the signature on the paper that rejected your case to be heard by the Supreme Court? You put it into AI, and AI said, "Hey, this isn't this guy's signature."
Yeah. So there is a way to go into the system to see if the signature is valid, because there first came like a PDF paper only.
Okay.
And then a legal member team of mine, or actually the lawyer from France, who is now taking this to the European Court of Human Rights, she told me, and my legal team member here in Finland, and please ask the Supreme Court to provide a valid proof of these signatures, that how they have been made. Okay.
Of the rejection.
Yeah, and the underwriting, because it
Okay.
was just a PDF and just the text like typed with the
And it
computer.
basically said, "Hey, we're not going to hear your case."
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we asked, and then came these documents, and it shows that it's invalid. And if you actually, let me go from the X, we will find
How many people sit on your Supreme Court? How many justices? You know?
I
can
would
look
say this is an estimation close to 20.
Oh, oh, wow.
But it was 2 justices for my case.
Okay. Oh, they don't all sit in on every case.
No.
Oh, I wonder if it's like that in the U.S. I always assumed that they all sat in. 9 justices, 1 chief justice, 8 associate justices sit on the Supreme Court. Oh, that's the United States. On Finland's.
And I will.
It consists of the president and at least 15 justices, though it currently operates with a total of 19 members, 18 justices plus the president. It acts as the highest court of the last resort for private law matters. Interesting. So it's not a set number. It looks like it can fluctuate in your country. A justice in your country must retire at the age of 68. That's interesting.
How is it in U.S.?
You go until you die. You stay on until you die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or until they stay on until they die. You need some old people on there.
Wow. And
young people don't know enough.
USA, it's a Supreme Court. It's a pretty important body.
Yeah, super important. Super important. It's one of our 3 branches of government. They when these idiots in Congress pass laws, these other guys in the Supreme Court have to interpret it and figure it out. So you file for a case in the Supreme Court, you get a PDF, and you're like, "Hey, can we see a copy of the original document where he signed it?" You look at the signature and you're like, "This isn't this guy's signature." And so there could be speculation there that he didn't even address it, that someone who doesn't have the authority to rejected it, like some underling or some bureaucratic person who maybe is on the take from some vaccine company. Just postulating.
We can speculate. We don't know, but what we know, it says it's invalid. It's not valid, and it's on my tweets, even the whole thing. And I don't know if I can send you any file on the chat.
Can you appeal a rejection?
Yeah, we have done also that.
And the appeal was refused also?
We haven't heard anything. But the rule goes this way, that after the decision from the Supreme Court comes, you have 4 months time to file at the European Court of Human Rights. And now it's 12th of this month. Thursday.
How many days do you have?
4 months.
Oh, 4 months. Okay.
But now it's 4 days. 4 days today.
And you're going to do it right away. You're not going to let that lapse.
Yeah, of course. We have almost everything ready. And I want to say this, that I can say this with confidence. And I don't say this to undermine or talk over, but I say that what we're going to present to the European Court of Human Rights, the main arguments by my lawyer, and then all the expert witnesses, I can say that it's a world-class filing against the government on COVID pass. Anyone can look it up and see it. I will publish it all on X. And I have a Dr. Asim Malhotra from UK is my expert witness on vaccines. And he's also the advisor to the Make America Healthy Again, chief advisor. And then I have Dr. Claire Craig from UK. And she has actually a good book like Spiked, A Shot in the Dark on Amazon. So she's on my team. Then I have I would say, and my Finnish legal team member and my lawyer would say, the most important expert witness is from Finland, actually, from the doctor of law, Matti Muukkonen. He's a 40 plus something, and he has written now as I think it's like a 16 pages statement to the European Court of Human Rights about the judicial part of the COVID pass. He's not a doctor, medical doctor. He's a doctor of law, like a really highly educated man, and his statement is laser precise, laser precise. And when I was reading it, it was hitting my heart and it was hitting my brain. It was like this, and he's defending using the law the unvaccinated people who didn't take the vaccine because they know it can do harm. It's defending from the religious perspective, from many different aspects of the constitution which is there. We will publish that as well, and yeah, so it's pretty comprehensive. There's tons of work done, but I'm so happy we are in the last meters now, and we will be able to do it, and we will file the case in French language, but I will publish the things in English. So there is the English and French are the languages in the court.
What is this European court? How does the European Union? It sounds like they have too much authority over your country. What is this court? What is this thing?
Yeah, it's a human rights court. I think it's been established long time ago. Let me look it up.
Okay. So before there was a European Union, even?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you win that case, does it then have to be heard by your court, or does that in Finland, or does that mean you win? Like, I'm just curious what authority they have over.
Yeah, it's authority over the Finnish courts. So then it would put a like a precedent, like an example case for all Europe, and it can be used elsewhere in the world as well. So it can be used like for the future for freedom. So this is a really big case on freedom as we file it in a couple of days. This court has been established in 1959.
What's the name of the court?
I'm sorry.
What's the name of the court again? Tell me the name of it.
The European Court of Human Rights. ECHR. So it's founded in 1959. It's 46 countries are part of that. 46.
Okay, and they have 46, and they have 46 judges also.
Yeah, one judge from each member state.
Wow. The structure of the court operates in a grand chamber with 17 judges, chamber judges 7, single judge formations. I wonder if these guys are all. Do you know who appoints these?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't really know.
So you don't.
I think in my case, if they take it in, there is usually like 7 judges who are doing the ruling, the voting, and 2 important cases that we have referred in Finland, and one we're going to refer now in the European Court as well. So this is a story from Greek. There was a man from Greece, a Greek man who had HIV, and he got discriminated in his work because of HIV. 10 years later, I think it took 10 years, he won the state of Greece in the European Court of Human Rights. Then there were, this was also, I think, from Greece, there was like 5 or 10 like sex workers, okay? Prostitutes. Yeah. So they were forced to take this HIV test, and they won in the court. This happened like 2 years ago or 1 year ago. They won in the court. Okay, so now when we look at my case, nobody has any evidence I had any virus of any kind.
Yeah.
When I was wanting to have breakfast, nothing. Nobody has any evidence. So everybody with a little reason left, little common sense left, has to understand that you cannot you cannot say the government of Finland did right with the COVID pass or this cafe doing the thing. You cannot treat a people as a danger just on a based on assumption and all this kind of thing. This is as I said, this is a fascism and communism combined. It's it's
And the HIV cases set precedent for that. So you're feeling hopeful.
yeah. I believe I will win this case eventually. I believe, and I believe the European Court will give justice here. Yes.
16 years ago, I was in Finland, and I was in Helsinki, and then I drove up to the north to
Rovaniemi.
it was a small town that starts with a P. I can't remember.
Posio.
I could look on a map.
Look it up. Look it up. It's not many small towns here.
Finland map. Let me see. I think I drove way up to the north. Let me see. And either way, Finland was extremely clean, extremely beautiful. I tripped on the fact that there were no I don't see it. But whatever, it was on the coast because I did a sauna and then I walked out into this water. It was crazy.
When I was young boy, I was living in that area you're showing right now. When I was like 10, so we were living there.
Anyway, there was a Finnish athlete named Mika, CrossFit Games champion, who lived up there. Yes. And so I went up there and I visited him. And I just remember...
Pori. You were in Pori.
Pori, yes.
Yeah. It's southwest Finland. You go down in the map a little bit. It's not in the north. It's southwest. There you see
yes, Pori. Okay. Oh, wow. In my mind, I drove all the way to the top. Okay, so I went to Pori, yeah.
Yes.
And I got naked and I walked out into this water here.
Yeah, Mikko Salo, I think he won the first CrossFit Games ever.
Yeah, like 2009, maybe the second or the third.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Yeah, he's a good man. I don't know him personally, but I know his story.
Yeah, great guy. I just remember thinking, wow, this place is so clean and so nice. And I remember thinking, wow, the cold is a really good protector of kind of the civil society because, people aren't out here committing crimes because it's too cold. There's no homeless people. There's the drug addicts that you don't see them. We call them homeless, but we all know that they're career criminals and drug addicts, and politicians just call them homeless. And I just remember how fantastic it was. And now I see Europe just being inundated with immigration. And I even remember I visited Annie Thorsdottir, another CrossFit Games champion in Iceland. And I remember when I was there, I don't remember, 2010, 11, 12, 13, something like that. There was this crazy stat there that like they hadn't had a rape in their country in years. And then all of a sudden they started accepting immigrants and all of a sudden their rape skyrocketed. What is happening in Finland? Is Finland being overtaken by immigrants? Because in the U.S., even though we have a pretty serious immigration problem, what we're seeing happening in Europe is crazy. Like we always thought Sweden was a safe country, and now it's being reported as the bombing capital of the world. More bombs going off there than any non-warring country in the world. Is Finland experiencing that? Yeah.
So in Sweden, there is more immigration from the Middle East and Islam countries, and I think Sweden is like the number one, maybe with UK or something, in the rape statistics done by people who came or their parents came from abroad.
The Swedish president said last year that he's lost control of the country. That's a direct quote.
Yeah, the prime minister, they don't have president, but I think prime minister.
Yeah.
And Finland, there is not so many immigrants here, but the same problems are here as in Sweden. So I think it's like a 13 or 15 times more likely if a person has immigrated here or came here from Iraq, Syria, is a Muslim country. They are overrepresented in the rape statistics. And then you were saying in the beginning of the show that Finland is a socialist country. So that's partly true, but that's not the whole truth. So we have the capitalistic system. You can start any business you want here. You can run any business. But at the same time, there is this strong taxation in Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Norway, blah, blah, blah. and then these politicians, it doesn't matter really if they are the right wing or the left wing, they are having this so-called open border policy, and a lot of people are coming in, and then we are paying their welfare here, and all that kind of stuff, and it's out of hand. Germany is in problems. I think Italy, Spain are in problem. UK is in a big problem, and it's weakening the cultural heritage we have had here for a long time, and I don't like it.
And I also remember being there, and the Finnish were telling me that you have to be very careful if you're successful, because and that's where I learned the term tall poppy syndrome, because it's frowned upon to be proud of your success. So if you were to invent an airplane or want to go to Mars and you succeed, that it's frowned upon to celebrate your successes. That is that correct about the culture there?
Yeah, so the thing is here, people follow those who are successful, and Finland we have quite many successful
Like
people.
a pseudo humility. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There is this kind of like thing that in Sweden it's called jantelagen. It means like everything has to be on the same level, sort of. That you
Yeah.
have to push down and lift. Like this is what they talk, and yeah, it's I think the whole thing in the Europe is pretty much a little bit like that. That you can do something, but you just cannot be too much. You just cannot. That's like and people get jealous. First they mock you, and then they get jealous. Whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's yeah. Every time I come to US, I get out of the airplane. It's in the air that anything is possible. I love it. It's the atmosphere is different. But when you come to Europe, as you have been here maybe a couple of times, you maybe feel it in the air. It's a different kind of atmosphere, the mental atmosphere.
Is the Finnish population changing in its appetite for this type of government that takes so much from its citizens and distributes it?
The big problem is here. I say this in a nutshell. In Switzerland, they have 10 million people, and they have way less people, way much less people working in the public sector than in Finland, for example.
Okay.
Okay, so in Finland, a lot of people are working either for the public sector, or they are working in a company which is owned by a public sector, even the state or city or something. All right. So now when there are elections, so they are voting these social democrats, whatever sort of leftists, who keep the people in the power, and so on. It's unbelievable amount of people who work in the public sector in Finland. If you ask me, a lot of people should be freed to work in the private sector, and this should be changed. But it's very challenging because they have this amount of people who are working in the public sectors, so they, of course, vote for somebody who will be able to keep their job.
13 to 15% of the total workforce. Oh, this is the United States. Jeez, why does it keep giving me United States? I typed in Finland. In the United States, it's between 13 and 15%. Wow, public Finland is 25 to 26%. Wow.
Yeah.
So a quarter of your population is on the government's tit. A quarter of your population. And those are basically bureaucrats. I consider everyone who works in the public sector as default as being on welfare. I know it's not true, but all the public workers that I interact with, like at the Department of Motor Vehicles and things like that, they're obese and lazy, and you can tell they have their job and they don't care about the service they're providing. They're just pushing papers around. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. It's I don't know how it's in Canada. I think they have a bigger public sector than US. I'm sure.
I'm sure too. Canada is a disaster.
Canada is following too much the Nordic countries in the politics.
Yeah, they have a 22% of their people. Wow.
It's like a double to the US.
Sorry, 25% of Canadians work for the government. That is amazing.
yeah, that's the reason it keeps the way it is going. But
Um,
I was thinking about this COVID pass. I'm gonna tomorrow maybe do a short video because I would love to do interviews with the French media as I go to Paris on Wednesday. I fly to Paris and I fly back Friday, Saturday night. So I will be in France and I go to Strasbourg to the European Court to record a video from there. So COVID pass, like, is it a left wing? Is it right wing? Is it something from the middle?
yeah.
But even I was watching the Anthony Fauci 6 years ago. He was interviewed by somebody, and he was saying, they were asking, if you get the COVID vaccine, are you going to get COVID? He said no. He was lying in your face completely.
Yes.
And he's still a free man. I don't know where he's living, but and is he really happy? I'm sure he has a lot of money, but he's quite old already. Like, are you really happy with all the money you make if you lie?
I wanted to ask you this too. You said you're a Christian.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh, yeah. I was 14, 1994. I'm 45 now. So I was in 8th grade at school. And, in Finland, we have this similar type thing than USA, this evangelical Christian circles, a little wild, how you would call it. So I went to this kind of youth meeting like over the weekend. I was competing in wrestling that time, and it was really, I was really liking wrestling, and I was a good boy in the school. I was, not doing drugs or anything like that. But yeah, I was wondering, like, people are really happy there. I was like a little bothered, like, what's going on? These are really happy. Like, I was like, what's wrong with me? And I was praying to God, just myself, like, okay, God, what's wrong with me? Like, help, what's wrong? I was just talking myself to Jesus, and
This is
then
at
I
a
think
camp. Is it a sleepaway camp? Do you sleep
no,
there?
it was just in the like a school auditorium, like
Okay.
I think a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. And then on Sunday afternoon, that before it was over, I was like, I just felt it in my heart. Nobody came to talk to me like Mika, like like a human being. I felt it in my heart that Jesus is calling me, and he was saying that this sport and wrestling is my God, and it was. It was like the number one thing to me. Competing is good, sport is good, winning is okay. That's not the point, but it was my God. Then I was thinking, like, what if I say yes to Jesus now? Like, is he gonna? What my friends gonna say? That was my first thought. What my friends gonna say? But then I just calculated this way that I didn't think anything Jesus dying on the cross or rising from the dead, or I was just thinking, okay, I live only once, and it doesn't matter what does it cost. And I said, okay, Jesus, let's make a deal. I'm all yours. And when I said it, I just became really happy, a really light feeling. I felt forgiven, and really like a big joy came into me. And I remember on the bus trip back to home, I was sitting on the bus bench, and I was felt like drunk, because I got so happy. And in the morning, I knelt by my bed. I was 14 that time, and I knelt by my bed, and I started crying for my friends, and I started speaking in these tongues, and the God's power just went all over me, and I got yeah. So ever since I've been Christian, and many times during those when I got a believer, before I went to sleep, so I had my hands to the roof, and God's power just went through me, and I was just crying myself for happiness, because I felt God's love so strong. It just swept over me, and tears were rolling down, and I was just so happy. So yeah, so that's how it began. Yeah,
Were your parents Christians?
yeah. My mom is passed away already, but yeah, they as well. Yeah, but they are just normal employees. They are not pastors or anything like that.
So they were happy that their son was saved.
Yeah. They were not against it. Yeah, no.
Jody Lynn, I don't get it. I can't understand that, but I appreciate and respect it, but I just don't get it. Yeah, I really appreciate you sharing that story. And it's interesting i- i- because of that, your freedom to serve your God is so important. And I'm guessing that is really kind of the foundation of what keeps you going with this case.
Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, absolutely. And it's the foundation here, and it's also in the European Court of Human Rights, as I'm telling simply like very simple math that my God would never tell any politician or any government official that, hey, tell people I created to take the vaccine or two so they can live their life. Absolutely no go. Absolutely no go.
Hold on. Satan wants to say something. Hold on. Yes,
Okay.
Satan. This is weird. Can we talk about the CrossFit Open? Yeah. Well, don't, Satan. This show will be for you also. It's for everyone. All of God's creations. All right. Satan has had his word. Um, it's fascinating. It's fascinating to me. Hey, I heard you say in an interview that you're actually enjoying this, and that made me really happy to hear you say that. Can you explain that to me? That you're about your enjoyment of this?
Yeah, so it's tough at the same time, a lot of work and other ones, but I think it's a privilege to like a noble thing to defend basic human rights. It's a noble thing because uh, yeah, without freedom, basic freedom, we cannot live our daily lives, no matter we are old or young or middle class, rich, poor, whatever, what race. So what happened with COVID to the hundreds of millions and billions of people was that our rights were taken, uh, and I just hate it. I've been loving freedom all my life, like a basic level freedom, not like an anarchist type wrong freedom, but just a uh, normal freedom. Now, when it was taken away, I don't know. I want to fight. I want to fight. I feel it like my life calling partly. So I'm committed as long as I live. Now is this case going on, but I don't know what the future is bringing up. But I'm all in. I'm holding nothing back.
When I started this show like 5 years ago, I had this really. He's been on a few times. Unfortunately, I forget his name. I'm horrible with names, but I had this really prominent pro life activist on the show several times, and at the time, I was pro choice. And but no matter what, every time I had him on, I was so impressed that he had something so noble to fight for. I thought, even as someone like me who's pro choice, how could you think anything bad of this man? His life calling is to save babies.
Yeah.
Like what's what a like how do you like even though I, I I believed in pro choice, I was still rooting for him to win. I wanted him to win. Like, hey,
Mm.
dude, like, hey, in the comic book, that's the winner. In the movie, that's the winner. That's the guy that's trying to save babies' lives. And I feel that way about you, although with you, I'm like 100% like, man, I hope this guy fucking puts it to him. I mean, uh, I, yeah, I've gone down the rabbit hole now and looked at I don't know if all the vaccines, but a lot of vaccines, and it's always the same playbook since the polio vaccine, the same rollout, the same changing of the diagnosis. They keep moving the goal line, right? We know that the flu vanished during COVID. I mean, all that shit is just so obvious. The red flags are everywhere. So I'm rooting for you, man. It's like, and I'm glad that you're at the helm. Um, you look like you're getting plenty of sleep. You seem strong. You're taking care of yourself. Yeah, thank you for doing this on behalf of all of humanity. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. And yeah, there has to be many things changed in the system. I've been saying it publicly that we should have this kind of. I'm sure in USA you can have a class action lawsuit if you have 10,000 people buying the same TV and the TV is breaking up, blowing up. they can make a class action against the Philips or whatever. The same you can do in Finland if that happens. But now, when your basic human rights are taken, there is no tool in the legal system that thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands could gather up and put a team and
Oh, there's
just take
not?
the government.
There's not? You don't have
No,
class
no, no,
action?
no. We can do if your TV breaks or your car breaks and you be buying the same BMW or something, you can
Yeah.
sue them as a class action, but you cannot gather up people and find and sue the government as a group. Now I'm doing this in my own name against the government who has 100 billion budget per year.
Oh, right, right, right.
So this is like and now they're imposing this insane bill on my name at the same time. So this is like even in mathematics, this is like a David against the Goliath
Right.
type fight.
Hey, have you had any repercussions? Like they sent the tax people to dig through your records, or has the government tried to attack you in any way?
Yeah, so the enforcement office called me. I think it was January. They sent me a bill. It's 110,000, and because I haven't paid it,
Yeah.
so now they want the legal fees that I should pay for the attorneys and lawyers of the Finnish government and the Phaser Cafe.
Did you know that when you took the loss, when you were suing them, that if you lose, that you would have to pay their bills?
Yeah, in Finland there is this system that the loser has the court may order them to pay. Yeah, but now in the European court, as we take this, so all this is taken into account. This is like my revenue of my company. I have a little company. It's maybe 700,000 euro a year, but it's not making a lot of profit. And because of my mistakes in the past, I had like, for example, just one example, I had 10 bitcoins. I was in charge. It would be 1 million just a while ago. Okay. But it's all gone, and then I don't have even this 130,000 to pay to the enforcement office. So now there is this auction of art from New York and Finland at boldberg.irostrom.auction. There is a 210,000 euro one, and then there's 275,000 euro another painting. So people can participate if they will, and also like replicas and givesendgo.com/case COVID pass. People can donate from outside Finland. Donation option is not for the people in Finland due to financial regulations here. So
people from within Finland can't donate?
No. It requires the permission from the police.
Wow. Hey, that's good.
But I don't even want Finnish people to donate to Finnish government or the Phaser Cafe. I don't want them even to donate. So that money may come from abroad. So,
can you send me those links and I'll put them in the show notes?
I will.
Okay, when the show's over. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you think that I should have asked that I didn't ask?
Well, you were talking about this EU, and you were showing a little bit like Russia and other stuff in the beginning. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? What do you want to know?
Yeah. What did I say in the beginning? Sorry, refresh me.
About the EU and Finland and stuff like that.
Well, I think we covered it. Basically, I was just tripping on the fact that the European Union has a court that has some say over Finland. That concerns me. I don't like the WHO or NATO or anyone or the United Nations telling the United States what to do. We are, and so when I hear that stuff, I'm like, boy. I mean, for you it might work out because it's where you're going to do your appeals. I wish the European Union would break up. I think it's the downfall of Europe.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, it's good if you trade free, if you sell services for free. But now they are centralizing all the power to the Brussels, which is in Belgium, and European Committee and all that stuff. So even our president, before he became a president, he said he's a federalist and he's not pro nation state. I think we should be independent out of EU and out of NATO, just a strong independent country doing trade to east and west and north and south. Yeah, I think EU should really break up. Yeah, this is not smart.
Is there a chance it would break up?
I would I would say there may be some countries that will get out of it, like UK got out of it, but they are still in the bad shape. UK, though they got out of EU.
Yeah.
So, but I think if there comes like a next big financial crisis, they will just try to consolidate the debts and the finance and things and other ones, and just to go towards more the federal EU state.
Let me ask you this: is there concern in Europe about what's going on with Russia and the Ukraine, and now in the Middle East? It's spreading, things getting worse in Europe.
Absolutely, absolutely, and my country, it's on the border of Russia, and we are now part of NATO. And now Finland, I think 2 days ago, they published they will try to now change the law that we would also have nuclear weapons here if needed. The problem is here, if we had, I'm not pro-nuclear in Finland, okay? If we had, let's say, 1 to 10 nuclear bombs here, what does it help when Russia has 6,000?
Right.
What does it help?
Right.
Even just mathematics, you don't, and the atmosphere here is on some social media talks that somebody's saying, hey, we don't want these nuclear weapons. Well, then you are pro-Russia. Like, it's total stupidity. Just take the calculator in your hand, Casio calculator, 6,000 nukes. And if you have 1 or 2, what does it help? If you use one of them, they can shoot way more back.
Right. So it allows them, and it gives them the justification to use them if you have one.
Yeah, all that kind of thing. And I think, Finland should really not have nuclear weapons here. Even now, we have the biggest man army in the Europe, though we are only 5 million people, the nation. We have a bigger
really?
army than Germany. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Does everyone have to serve in Finland? Does everybody?
Men have to go to the army.
Hey, so how long did you go to the army?
I was 11 months.
And is that a good thing for Finland? That's working?
Yeah, in general, it's a good thing, but I think our leadership is not very smart. I'm pro that, but I actually resigned from the reserves like 2 years ago because there was this news going on that they may do it mandatory that you could never sign out. So I signed out. So if there is a war, I'm not under military command myself, but I will help otherwise. But I hope there is no war. I really hope. But it's not looking good, man. All these things going on. So, but I hope the peace stays here. I really hope.
In the U.S., I haven't been out of the house in a couple of days, except to go to the beach. But in the U.S., I've heard that gas has gone up $1 almost everywhere. Is gas skyrocketing in Finland?
Yeah, you can have I think a gallon is like a 3 liter, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 1 liter here, I have diesel car. So
yeah, diesel is really skyrocketed here.
I think it's like $7.50 a gallon. Is here diesel $7.50.
Has it skyrocketed in the last couple of days? Yeah. Almost 4 liters.
Oh yeah. So then it's almost $10 is 1 gallon.
Wow.
Something like that. Let me see.
And was it cheaper just last week?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, it says it's like a $2 a liter, so it's maybe like a $8 a gallon.
Do you guys drill your own? Where do you guys get? Is Finland energy independent?
We have our own quite big oil company, but I think we are buying oil from other places.
Oh, Finland is rapidly approaching full energy independence, particularly in electricity, with over 95% of its electricity produced by itself. Wow. That's impressive. Wow.
Yeah, but I drive a good old diesel.
Wow.
Am I like a polluter of the environment?
I'm fine with that. The environment's fine. Env the environment in California, we're flourishing here. We're doing great in California.
Yeah, I have friends, have Tesla, and Tesla is a good car. I like Tesla, but I have a diesel myself.
Alright, no problem with those in the cold weather with the Teslas?
I think some people have an auto electric cars. Diesel is way more secure, I think, in the cold.
In that environment. All right, Mika, thank you so much. I look forward to having you back on as your case develops. It was great meeting you, and we're rooting for you. And please send me those links, and I'll put them in the show notes.
Yes, I will. And on X, Mika Vauhkala, and Facebook, Mika Vauhkala, and Instagram, Max Boldberg, MaxBoldberg. So you
Okay.
can find me out. I'm posting nowadays mostly in English, so you can understand.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, brother. Thank you. I apologize again for the time change issues, and we'll chat again.
It's all good. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Thank you,
brother.
Simon. Bye.
All right. One man out there fighting the good fight. One man fighting the good fight. Uh, all right. Who is this? I'm getting back to my roots. We can't let that COVID thing happen again. Is anyone truly independent? No, probably not. Your buddy, the fittest flat earther, just said Ryan Dunn is still alive and Bammer Margera is part of the act too. I don't. What the fuck? I have no idea who those fucking people are you just mentioned. Back, Satan, back, back, back. The fuck am I supposed to know who those guys are? Bammer. There's a guy named Bammer and Dunn. I know. Are you talking about Royce Dunns? Royce Dunn? Royce? You're talking about Ryan Dunn. I know Royce. I know Royce Dunn. Royce something. What's Royce's name again? Told Dave I wouldn't fuck that up anymore. Oh, so this is the guy before we were so rudely interrupted with the COVID talk. This is the guy who won the Olympia. Jeez. Look at, you could see his butt from the front. That is nuts. Does he have a Band-Aid on his finger? Look at that Band-Aid. You can see his ass from the back. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, it kind of gives me the EBGBs.
To be honest, I think just being here, seeing each and every one of you is way more important than printed colors on paper, if you know what I mean.
That kind of gives me the EBGBs.
The champ is here! The champ is here! Yeah!
How could you possibly want to be that to be your shit that you cruise around in? That does not look fun, does it? God, that looks like a lot of work. See if we can. Oh, here we go. That looks like it gives you a nice stretch. Why does that one guy touch the? Why is that one guy always touching the weight? What a crazy job. You just move shit around. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That guy is huge. That's what my lats look like. This is what my back kind of looks like. Let me see this guy's back. I think I have the same back as this guy. I'm not even on anything. We have the same back. Those are pretty good squats, man. So those guys are into full range of motion, huh? Yeah, that's better than some of the squats of the CrossFit Games athletes. Is he wearing a onesie? That outfit is amazing. Oh no, it's not a onesie. The shirt. Oh. Let me see this guy's back. Where's this guy's back? Let me see. Where's this guy's back? Oh my God, his head is massive. I want to see this dude try like the Iron Cross. I want to see, like, you would think he could do the Iron Cross, right? I mean, I know he's heavy as shit, but you would think that he could just rest his arms out on his lat. What is this? What is this exercise? Well, that would break my shoulder off. I don't do those either. I don't do those. I don't do those. Oh, look, he's lunging. Oh, he's doing 26.2. Scaled. God, he is huge. I don't do those. I probably should do those. I don't do those. All right. Delts. Yuck. I wonder if he has a normal huge black dong. Or if chemicals fucked that up. It looked like he had a monster dong. I'm guessing if you do steroids, your cock gets huge. I'm guessing it gets just thick and meaty. I bet you his cock is so thick and meaty. Here's what I think about what steroids do. I need to ask someone. I think if you're on steroids, your penis flaccid becomes significantly closer to the size of it is when it's hard. So it might not make like your hard cock bigger, but when you're limp, I think it makes it meaty and big. Like I'm 95. I bet $1,000 on that. That's my. All right, two more shows today. Dave Castro weekend review. Probably like around 1 or 1:30. That's usually when Susan and I do it if he has it up. And then at 5 p.m. we'll do a CrossFit Games leaderboard show. I haven't looked at the leaderboard yet. I'm a little nervous about that show. What's the vomit for? You don't like a big meaty dong? What the fuck? That is fucked up. I took my son to CrossFit Saturday, partner WOD with wall balls. All right. That's cool. I'm so proud of myself. My 26.2 performance was world class. Oh shit, I got to put in my score. I don't even know how to put in my. Does anyone know what I got and what my time break is? Someone DM me my time break. Tie break? What's that thing called? Yeah, it makes you more of a shower. Yes. It makes you more of a shower. Yes. I think that's what steroids do. Dude, that hug from Ari at the end was awesome. Yeah, I couldn't. He laid on me. I couldn't breathe. Oh shit. Nasty steroid dong with peanuts. I'm good. What's wrong? I don't know. What's 69 seconds was my tie break? Is that a joke or was it really? I wrote it down. 69 seconds. Oh, we wanted to see you get a muscle up. Yeah. You know, I watched a little bit of the video in that first round. Like I'm moving so slow with the lunges because I'm not sure if I can do it. So like every step, I'm like wondering if anything weird's going to happen. And then after I finished the first 60 feet or 80 feet, whatever that is, those 4 reps with the lunges, the second round, I was like, oh, this is pretty easy for me. I just lock it directly overhead and go. But then I got really tired. I couldn't believe how much it gassed me. That's so different than doing zone 12 on the assault bike. I was gassed. I was hurting at 8 minutes. I remember looking up at the clock at 8 minutes and going, wow, this is like, I don't do this. Like, shit, I need to go to an affiliate. I need to do that. Like, I don't even need to go to an affiliate that much. I need to go once a week. Once a week would fucking, like, I never push that hard. I thought I pushed hard. I never pushed that hard. That thing fucked me up. And then the chest to bar were way harder than I thought. I think I finished those and then I got back to the lunges. And the snatches were so hard. My just sitting here, my biceps got tight again. The snatches were so hard. And how many snatches did I do? I did 40 snatches with pull-ups with a 50-pound dumbbell. That was too heavy for me. I should have done the lunges with a 50 and like the snatches with like a 35 or something. Do you want me to go back and review your video? Yeah. And then send me a text and tell me my time break and my reps and all that. Like how to enter it. I think I have till 5. Need someone to tell me how to do all that. I guess it doesn't matter if I put it in or not. There's a video. One step until the back snaps. One step. My back felt great. I didn't feel shit in my back. My back feels great. I honestly thought that my traps would be sore. I mean, I was pushing it so fucking hard up. I was so scared of that dumbbell. I was terrified of it. No, you were moving the weight fine. You need to train intensity more than once a year. What do you mean? I train it 3 times a year. Three times a year. There was a guy next to me who was so yoked. He was so yoked. I'm so curious how he did. He looked like he was my age. people were lats are broke. I don't feel anything in my lats. I feel no soreness. I do so many fucking pull-ups. I saw 22% of Canadians are employed by the government. Nuts. That is nuts. That means you just own that voting block. My shoulders aren't wrecked either. I've felt no soreness in my shoulders, but my left arm, my left shoulder might be injured. Every time I go grab the coffee cup, I feel a stinger. You know what a stinger is? Just a little zzz, like my arm doesn't want to pick up the coffee cup. But I don't feel and my butt, I thought my butt would be sore from all those lunges. I don't lunge. I don't usually lunge with weight like that. Usually just lunge just with no weight. Yeah, I have a little niggle. Like every time I reach out like this, I feel my brain's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like it doesn't want to reach out to the side. Yeah, like that's scary. Ooh. Yeah. That's scary. A zinger. Yeah. A zinger, a niggle. Oh shit, I have to upload the video. I don't think I have to upload it, right? Because you know what they said to me right before the workout? It was like 5, I don't know, not 5, probably 30 seconds before we start. Natalie, the owner of the gym's like, do you have a judge? And I said, no. And she said, do you want a judge? And I said, nope, don't need it. And then they got me a judge anyway. And thank God they got me a judge. Because I like when I got to the snatches, I was done. Like the second time I was done. And he's like, okay, just do 8. Okay, just do 6. I was like, oh, fuck. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just do whatever this guy says. No, I'm not sore. I'm not sore. It's a, you know, when your brain's like, tells you not to do something, it's that. Like my arm just wants to drop. It does not want to go out by the side. It's not like that quad soreness. Yeah, I had a judge. I think I had a judge. I didn't sign any paper or anything, but I think I had a judge. There was a guy next to me, like talking to me. This guy, Lance. Thank God I would not have kept going. I would have taken like a minute break. Catch my breath. All right. And Dave just came out like a bat out of hell. His cardio was way better than mine. My videos, I don't know. It's on the CF network somewhere. Sousa streamed it. You and Dave should do 26.3. I might have to pull out. I might be injured. Crazy how well you moved. Well, I'm the greatest 53-year-old mover in the world, but I also moved really slow. Like I'm telling you, like, it was like that game Operation. You know, like right before you vomit, you're like scanning your body. Or you ever crashed on your bike and you land, or you dive into, like I'll never forget, I dove in to catch a Frisbee one time and I dove into these rose bushes and I just stopped and froze. And I didn't move for like, I don't know, 20 seconds. And I was just like, you're completely assessing the situation. You're like, it's like that right before you vomit too. You know how you're completely assessing the situation, like the whole world goes away. I imagine it's like that when you're giving birth to a baby too, but like 1,000 times more intense. Like I just went completely inside and the world vanished. That's what it was like when I was doing the overhead lunges. Like there was, it could have been a fucking tsunami or earthquake, or the building could have been on fire. I'd have had no idea. I was completely like, how is this going to work? Like it didn't seem fathomable to me to hold a 50-pound dumbbell over my head and lunge. I don't know how it was fathomable for anyone. I don't know how Bryson and Taylor do that shit. I don't know. And then I was seeing Dave had his arm like kind of bent. If I would have bent my arm even a tiny bit, that dumbbell would have fucking smash me in the head. See the OGs workout. What did Bill get? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'll ask him. I'll text him now. Bill Chandler. What did you get on 26.2? He's a freak. That video where he's holding the bar and then holding like, what was he holding? Like a 195-pound barbell in the other hand. He was holding the pull-up bar. No, Bill didn't get sub 10. Oh, you guys are you're crazy. You're crazy. He got 1432. There's no fucking way. Oh, Taylor did it again already. Jesus. Wow, that's a crazy time. I wonder if he's going to post that or announce that anywhere. That's nuts. I know Bill's a beast, but that workout was crazy, dude. I don't think I could finish that workout. I don't think I could do I don't know. I don't think I can do 20 muscle ups. I think even if like I should try that workout again with like a 25-pound dumbbell and see if I can get to like what happens at the muscle ups. Oh, he's going to post it to the CF network. That's awesome. Uh um Taylor is. Did you guys sign the scorecard? The video is invalid. You don't stay in the frame the whole time and you do see the timer the whole time. Oh, I don't. No one's gonna. No, the video's fine. The video's fine. I don't know if I can do 20 muscle ups in 5 minutes. Those days are over. I don't think I can do that. What is that? That's 4 a minute. I can't do that. I can't do that. My shoulder will snap off. I can't do that. I don't even know if I could do 20 muscle ups in a day right now. I mean, I like I can just go in the house right now and do one, but then like like my shit's like just like, hey, don't do like every time I do a muscle up, my body's like, hey, don't do that. I should maybe I'll do like 20 negatives today, part of my workout. Call in and let's review the repeat. I'm good. What's the fastest time you guys got? What's the fastest time that someone on the show got who watches the show? Anyone who listens, break 10 minutes? No, the kid. Did the kids unintentional? Did the kids ask unintentional mean stuff? Why do you do muscle ups like? Why didn't you do muscle ups like those other people? No, I think my kids were fucking. Ari was crying. I think they thought I was gonna die. I thought there was a chance I could die. Need to be sweaty and warm before a muscle up or pistol. Yeah, exactly. Totally. I need to be so by the time I warmed up enough to do 20 muscle ups, I would probably I would probably be so tired I could only do one. That's how I felt about that workout too. I was warming up for it and I was like, shit, I'm going to fucking not have the energy to do the workout. Did Taylor beat his time? You'll have to wait and see. I wonder what the fastest male time is. I wonder if he holds the record. Oh no, I heard of a time that's faster than his. Tell you that. Open leaderboard. Let's just the fastest time right now is by a guy named Jeffrey Adler at 6:20. And then another guy named Peter Ellis did 6:22. Wow, James Sprague 6:45. Oh no, Jeffrey Adler's not the fastest. Sorry. There's a guy named Yona Koski who did 6:10. Jeffrey's in third with 6:20. Dallin Pepper 6:23. Tudor Magnus 6:24. Jay Crouch 6:25. Victor Hoffer 6:32. Noel Olson 6:32. Madera 6:50. Harry Lightfoot 6:57. Anyola Kai 6:58. Man, Anyola Kai is getting fit. Ibarra 6:58. We'll go over all these tonight. Hopper 7:03. Rosema 7:06. The whole first page is between 6:10 and 7:12, a 1 minute spread. All right. Thanks, guys. Great show. I'll see you guys 2 more times today. Talk to you later.